Hi everybody! The bold and the beautiful never fails to deliver high-stakes drama, and the storyline involving Hope Logan's unexpected pregnancy brings a whirlwind of revelations, deception, and family turmoil that will alter the lives of the Forrester family forever. After a business trip to Paris, Hope returns with a shocking discovery: she is pregnant. But the true bombshell is that she is certain Liam Spencer is not the father, which immediately raises questions about her relationships and the dark secrets surrounding her time abroad. The plot thickens when Thomas Forrester, Hope's confidant, believes the child is his, but the real truth, hidden in the depths of a forgotten night, is far more twisted and unexpected. In a shocking turn of events, Hope's pregnancy is revealed to be the result of a one-night stand with none other than R.J. Forrester, Hope's brother-in-law, in a night she has no memory of because she had been drugged. The consequences of this revelation send shockwaves through the Forrester family, with brothers at odds, a marriage teetering on the brink of destruction, and the entire family forced to confront their darkest secrets. The Forrester family, once united by their shared bloodline and legacy, is now on the verge of being torn apart, as the battle for control over the truth and its ramifications threatens to divide them forever. Hope's discovery of her pregnancy starts as a confusing, isolating experience, and as she grapples with the uncertainty of her situation, she knows one thing for sure: Liam is not the father. She tries to piece together the events of her time in Paris, but her memory fails her. The idea that this could be a child she conceived with Liam is quickly dismissed. Her gut tells her that this pregnancy, however shocking, came from somewhere and someone else, and her suspicions grow as she contemplates the series of events that led to her time in Paris. Hope confides in Thomas, and he, ever the supportive friend, reassures her. As the two try to make sense of the situation, Thomas believes, with growing certainty, that the baby is his. This belief leads him to confront Hope and suggests that they figure out a future together, not just for the child, but for themselves. For Thomas, this moment feels like the perfect opportunity to rekindle his feelings for Hope and secure a place in her life and her heart. But Hope, though touched by Thomas's support, is still confused and overwhelmed by the possibility that she may be carrying his child. She struggles with the idea, unsure of what it would mean for her future with Liam, and even more so with the complex emotions she has for Thomas, a man who has played an integral role in her life for years. However, the truth remains elusive, and despite Thomas's insistence, Hope cannot shake the nagging feeling that the baby isn't his. As Hope and Thomas continue to grapple with the potential of a future together, Hope's mind begins to play tricks on her. What happened during that trip to Paris remains clouded, and she can't make sense of the pieces. Her memory of the night is a blur, and it's only when a dark twist comes to light that the truth emerges, leaving everyone stunned. The shocking reveal comes in a series of unpredictable moments. As Hope reflects on that lost night, the truth slowly comes to the surface. She was drugged, and she had no memory of the night that led to her pregnancy. The drugging opens up a world of dark possibilities, and when the pieces fall into place, the true father of Hope's baby is revealed to be R.J. Forrester, her brother-in-law. This revelation shocks not only Hope, but also her entire family. The fallout from this bombshell is nothing short of catastrophic. R.J., who had always been the golden child of the Forrester family, is thrust into the center of a scandal that could destroy his reputation and the family's legacy. For Hope, the revelation is both confusing and overwhelming. The idea that she had unknowingly slept with R.J., her sister Steffi's brother, is unfathomable. She struggles with the sense of betrayal, and the shock of it all leaves her reeling. As the news spreads, the Forrester family is thrown into chaos. Ridge Forrester, Steffi's father, is beside himself with rage and disbelief. How could his son, R.J., get involved with Hope, a woman who is already married to Liam and is considered a part of their family? Ridge's anger is palpable as he confronts R.J., demanding answers. R.J., equally shocked by the revelation, denies any malicious intent and insists that he was also a victim in this twisted situation. His defense is that he had no memory of the night, just as Hope didn't. But the truth of what happened in Paris continues to haunt both of them. Ridge's fury grows, and the conflict between him and his son intensifies. As Ridge confronts R.J., the tension between father and son reaches a boiling point. The deep betrayal that Ridge feels is mirrored by Steffi, who is devastated by the fact that her brother has betrayed her family in such a profound way. As Steffi grapples with the reality of her brother's actions, her anger and disappointment in him grow. The family dynamic is thrown into turmoil as the Forrester family members take sides. Some feel that RJ is the victim in all of this, drugged and manipulated, while others believe he should have known better than to get involved with Hope in such a complicated and dangerous way. Hope is caught in the middle of the chaos. While she is dealing with her own shock and confusion, she is also forced to face the reality of what her actions and the actions of others have caused. Her marriage to Liam is pushed to the brink, as Liam struggles to understand the situation and cope with the revelation that his wife is pregnant with another man's child. While Liam knows that Hope is not to blame for what happened in Paris, the hurt of it all is overwhelming. The betrayal he feels coupled with the confusion over the paternity of the child threatens to tear apart his relationship with Hope. He has always loved her, but now, with this monumental bombshell, everything they built together is shattered. Hope is left grappling with guilt and shame as she is forced to confront the magnitude of the situation. As the family drama intensifies, Thomas's feelings for Hope grow increasingly complicated. His belief that the child is his, combined with the growing realization that Hope's relationship with Liam is fracturing, fuels his desire to be a part of her life in a way he's longed for. His intentions, however, are muddied by the chaos of the situation. With the Forrester family at war, it becomes increasingly unclear who will come out on top. Will RJ's reputation be irreparably damaged, or will the family find a way to move past this scandal? Can Hope and Liam's marriage survive the pressure, or will this revelation prove to be the breaking point? And what of Thomas? Will his obsession with Hope lead him to make decisions that further fracture the family? The battle for the truth rages on as each family member tries to find their footing amid the wreckage of this scandal. The Forrester family, once united, is now divided, and the fallout from Hope's pregnancy, combined with the revelation of RJ's involvement, threatens to tear them apart for good. The fight for the future of the Forrester legacy is on the line, and the consequences of one night in Paris could reverberate for years to come. The rift between the Forrester family members is only just beginning, and no one is sure how it will end. What happens next will shape the future of the Forresters and Logan families, as well as the relationships they have spent years building. The tension is unbearable, and the stakes have never been higher. The story is far from over, and as the drama continues to unfold, everyone is left wondering just how much more the Forrester family can endure before they are irreparably torn apart. As the storm created by Hope's pregnancy rages on, the Forrester family finds itself teetering on the edge of collapse. The revelation that RJ, the golden child of the Forrester family, is the father of Hope's child has caused irreparable damage, not only to individual relationships, but also to the family's sense of unity. This scandal, born from a night of confusion and betrayal, continues to unravel, and the consequences are far-reaching. The once harmonious dynamic of the Forrester family is shattered, leaving everyone involved in an emotional and moral struggle that will last for months, if not years. Hope, still reeling from the discovery, finds herself trapped in a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. Her guilt and shame are overwhelming. She never wanted this to happen, and the fact that she has to face the reality that the father of her child is her brother-in-law makes it even more difficult. Hope's marriage to Liam, once strong and filled with hope for the future, is now hanging by a thread. Liam's reaction to the news has been understandably tumultuous. Though he knows Hope is not to blame for the situation, the fact that she was involved with another Monierge, of all people, has left him feeling betrayed. The trust that had once been the bedrock of their relationship is now fractured beyond recognition. Liam tries to put on a brave face, attempting to comfort Hope during this turbulent time, but the pain of the situation is too much for him to bear. The child she is carrying is not his, and while he tries to reassure her, the weight of that truth is suffocating. He feels as though Hope has betrayed him in the most unimaginable way, and though he doesn't want to abandon her, he struggles to find a path forward. Every day, the tension between them grows, and the emotional distance between them becomes more pronounced. The love they once shared is now clouded by a sense of mistrust and hurt, and the bond they had seems to be slipping through their fingers. Meanwhile, Thomas Forrester, whose belief that the child is his has fueled his obsession with Hope, finds himself in a difficult position. While he tries to be the supportive figure Hope needs, his feelings for her are becoming more complicated by the day. He wants to believe that he is the father of Hope's child, and the thought of being with her and raising this child together fills him with both excitement and guilt. But the situation is far from simple. His obsession with Hope is growing, and the lines between caring for her and wanting her for himself become increasingly blurred. He knows that Hope is still tied to Liam, but he believes this baby could be his chance to finally have the family he's always dreamed of. Thomas's fixation on Hope begins to impact his decisions, clouding his judgment and pushing him to make choices that further alienate him from those around him. His rivalry with RJ intensifies as the situation escalates, and he starts to believe that the best way to secure a future with Hope is to undermine RJ's position in the family. He sees RJ as a threat to his own happiness and to the future he wants with Hope, and this fuels his growing resentment towards his brother. The tension between Thomas and RJ reaches a boiling point, and the brothers are no longer able to hide their animosity. The Forrester family, once close-knit and filled with loyalty, now finds itself divided in a bitter struggle between sibling rivalry, family betrayal, and the fight for Hope's love and the future of the Forrester legacy. RJ, caught in the midst of this family chaos, struggles to defend himself. He is as shocked as everyone else by the revelation of his involvement with Hope, and he is horrified by the consequences of that night. However, he maintains that he had no memory of what had transpired. The truth of his involvement with Hope is something he can barely comprehend, and the idea that he has caused so much pain to his family is weighing heavily on him. As the Forrester family turns against him, RJ finds himself isolated, with few allies to turn to. The once cherished son of Ridge and Taylor now faces the wrath of his family, with many members questioning his character and his place in the Forrester legacy. Ridge, torn between his love for his children and the shocking actions of his son, finds himself in the eye of this storm. As the patriarch of the Forrester family, he is expected to maintain order and unity, but his family is falling apart in ways he never imagined. His loyalty to RJ is challenged by his anger at what has happened, but his feelings for his son run deep. Ridge tries to hold the family together, but his efforts are constantly undermined by the chaos surrounding Hope's pregnancy and RJ's involvement in the scandal. He is caught in a whirlwind of emotions, unsure of how to manage the rift that has opened between him and his children. Ridge's marriage to Brooke, already fragile due to their past, is further strained by the events unfolding. Brooke's sympathy for Hope and her concern for RJ lead to tension between her and Ridge as they find themselves at odds over how to handle the situation. Steffi, RJ's sister, is devastated by the impact of her brother's actions. She feels betrayed not only by her brother, but also by Hope, who was once close to her. The idea that Hope, her sister-in-law, could have been involved with RJ in such a way is unfathomable to her. Steffi is torn between her loyalty to her family and her sense of justice. She struggles to reconcile her love for her brother with the hurt he has caused. As Steffi watches the family fracture around her, she is forced to make decisions about where her allegiance lies. Her relationship with Thomas is strained as she begins to see how his own obsession with Hope has played a role in the family's unraveling. Steffi becomes more and more disillusioned with the behavior of the men in her family, and she begins to question whether the Forrester legacy is worth saving. As the drama intensifies, Hope finds herself facing a devastating choice. The pregnancy is now more than just a biological reality. It represents the unraveling of everything she holds dear. Her family, once united in love and loyalty, is now fractured, with each member pulling in different directions. Hope must decide what path to take. Does she raise the child, knowing the complications it will bring to her relationship with Liam? Can she ever forgive herself for the role she played in this scandal, or will she try to create a future with one of the Forrester men who are fighting for her affection? The decisions she makes will have a ripple effect on everyone around her, and she will have to grapple with the consequences of her choices for years to come. In the end, the Forrester family finds itself at a crossroads. The future of the family legacy is uncertain, and the bonds that once held them together are now frayed. As they navigate this turbulent chapter in their lives, the Forresters must confront their darkest secrets and learn to deal with the fallout from one night in Paris that changed everything. The drama surrounding Hope's pregnancy, the battle for the truth, and the destructive rivalry between the Forrester men will continue to unfold, leaving the family forever changed. The stakes have never been higher, and the questions of love, loyalty, and legacy will haunt them for the foreseeable future. The Forrester family, once synonymous with strength and unity, is now broken, and the road ahead is anything but clear.